Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Palm Beach Skate Zone in Lake Worth, Florida. Today's hockey game features Lynn University Fighting Knights versus Vanderbilt University's Commodores. I'm Clifton Haskin, the voice of Lynn Ice Hockey, and alongside me is Luis Baez. And here's what happened the last few games. What happened was the Fighting Knights suffered a 9-1 loss to the Vanderbilt Commodores. And Luis, it really was an unfortunate loss in last night's game.
Yeah, indeed, Clifton. Very unfortunate and crushing loss for the Fighting Knights. They showed signs of, great aggressive play to start off that game, but the Fighting Knights lost the puck possession and got down early in that first period. And they just could never get back from that lead. So, unfortunately for the Fighting Knights, yeah, it was just another tough loss.
And despite the loss, they did show some signs of spark and glory in that game. They still remain undefeated on the penalty kill. The penalty kill unit has been excellent for the Fighting Knights. And they did have a 5-minute major in last night's game. That was on number 92, our big man, Towns Haley, who did get that 5-minute major. But good news is Towns Haley is in the roster tonight for the Fighting Knights, and that is a huge deal for this defense.
Certainly, his presence is known when he steps on that ice. Towns Haley, prior to that 5-minute major, he was using his body and really intimidating the Commodores. As the Fighting Knights' onslaught offense that first period showed, with Towns Haley retrieving the puck and starting up the plays once again.
And yes, the Fighting Knights do really need to work on converting on opportunities, both on the power play and when they have momentum. The Fighting Knights were 0 for 3 on the power play in last night's game. They really need to work on converting on chances, getting rebounds, and getting even more pucks to the net.
Yeah, certainly. It seemed like their offensive play, especially that brutal second period of play, seemed like their offensive play was not fluid enough. It was a lot of puck possession and stoppage and unable to, string across consecutive passes to really get anything going. So I'd look for them to maybe adjust that game plan, look for ways to keep puck possession in any way possible, whether that's getting physical, consecutive passing, situational awareness. The Fighting Knights conceded 4 goals last night due to the defensive miscues and not being, aware of what's going on. Not helping out the goaltender last night, Joe Responte. So look for the Fighting Knights to make those adjustments, and they have to if they plan on making a big impact on the goaltender tonight for the Vanderbilt Commodores, who had an excellent game last night, stopping basically all shots on goal.
And Luis, speaking of Joe Responte, we are seeing some deja vu here, where last night's game did not, and the score of that game certainly did not represent actually what happened in the game. On no part was it Joe Responte's fault. It was the Fighting Knights' poor transition game and poor back checking. They really didn't help out Joe Responte with rebounds, some miscues, and really some turnovers that just automatically turned into goals for the Commodores.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Joe Responte, I remember last night's game and that crucial second period with that 5-minute major. He came up with 3 excellent saves, two shots coming at him, and blocked both rebounds with a great stretch of his right leg blocker right there. And the box score did not reflect his performance last night whatsoever. And the Fighting Knights goaltending this season has been superb, I would say, Clifton Haskin.
Absolutely. And Luis, we do have the starting lineup today here in our hands. The Fighting Knights going with Dean Mickelbust, Eddie Valencia, and Safante, along with Willem Kurth and Miko Londa on the back end. And we do have some excellent news here Chris Graham will be between the pipes today. Do you think that's a good move for the Fighting Knights,
Yeah,
Luis?
yeah, certainly. Chris Graham, here's our guy here for Lynn Ice Hockey. Chris Graham's been excellent, and going back his last appearance against the FAU Owls, had another great performance. Once again, similar to last night's match, you know, defensive miscues didn't help him out with the shots on goal, but great performance by Chris Graham in the his last appearance, and I do see him replicating that performance in tonight against a very, very aggressive Vanderbilt Commodores team.
And Luis, it does look like we are starting this second line instead of the top line for the Fighting Knights, and we do see a change. We have on the top line Luca Vicino, no surprises there, and Shams Sheffield along with Carter Harvey. Harvey has that big shot of his. He knows where to put it when he's in tight situations. So that's going to be an excellent combination as we were just under about a minute away from puck drop here.
Yeah, certainly. I think Coach Peroni opted with a more conservative start to the game. You know, as we mentioned in the last night broadcast, the Vanderbilt Commodores are a very aggressive team, and they like to score early. You know, so I think it's a great matchup to come in with a more conservative, more balanced starting five for the Fighting Knights to hold back the Commodores and maybe build some momentum off of some great defensive plays.
And we do have the power play lineup here, and we do see Coach Peroni taking some notes and some changes and really noticing the Fighting Knights kind of struggling last night. So we do have just a couple minor swaps here. On that right side on the power play 1, we do have Carter Harvey, so he's going to be getting plenty more ice time tonight. And along that power play 2, we had number 24, Zach Steffens, down there on power play 2 to help out and stretch down the special teams unit as the warm-up time will expire, and we wait to hear the official announcement of our starting rosters.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to today's game, which features Lynn University's Fighting Knights and Vanderbilt University's Commodores. Let's listen to today's starting lineup coming up soon.
Luis, there are our starting lineups. I would assume that Coach Peroni looking to go for a 1-2 punch here, trying to shut down that top line for the Commodores and then come back with the top line for the Fighting Knights with Vicino, Sheffield, and Carter Harvey. And we do have Luke Bender on the back end in for the Fighting Knights, number 88.
That's right, Luke Bender making an appearance on the roster again. I think Coach Peroni is just trying to get more creative for this second time around against the Commodores. And you really have to, you have to come up with new ways to maybe attack and, take advantage of the Commodores' weakness. I think one key thing that the Finance have to keep in mind is that the Commodores are a long shot team. They love to shoot from the point, and something that was evident in last night's matchup was that the Commodores were unable to score shots near the crease and near the goaltender. So look for the Fighting Knights to make that adjustment.
Definitely, and we are underway here at Palm Beach Skate Zone, starting with an immediate offsides. The Commodores looking to establish possession early. Eddie Valencia, the face-off man down the middle for the Fighting Knights. As the Knights will try to take this one into the zone, delayed offsides. As they peel back, the Commodores rushing in on the attack. That one intercepted by Valencia. Commodores try to slap this one in deep. Willem Kurth, the first man on the scene. On to Dean Mickelbust. Now it's Miko Londa rimming this one all the way around. Commodores still on the attack. Now it's Infante, ringside to Mickelbust. Mickelbust tried to get that one up the boards, whiffed on the chance. Now it's Kurth shoving his man into the glass. The Commodores hearing it here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. They go back and forth along the circle. Now in the slot, the Commodores get free, and this one deflecting up into the netting for our first stoppage of the game.
All right, great job by Willem Kurthger getting his stick in and not allowing that time and space for the Commodores right there. Shot goes up wide into the netting above the net. And good defensive play there by the Fighting Knights to start off.
And now we do see the top line out here for the Fighting Knights. And that top line containing Mason Marie, who had an excellent game last night. And we do see him already making an impact here. The Fighting Knights still yet to see a shot in their favor in today's game. Mason Marie blowing a tire, getting right back up, and finding the big man Towns Haley. Haley over to Harvey. Harvey looking for options. Harvey wheeling around. On to Mason Marie. Mason Marie already into the zone. A shot! That one wide. A first shot, at least an attempt for the Fighting Knights. Knights in on the forecheck. Now it's Haley. Haley firing this one in deep. The top line going off for a change. Now the third line seeing their first time on the ice for today's game. Just over 2 minutes gone by in this first period of play. Now it's Willem Kurth. Kurth with some time and space. Kurth taking it up the zone. Dipping and diving and getting the puck in deep. This one going off the glass into the hands of Michelanda. Michelanda on to Esposito. Esposito trying to find Douglas. Can't get it to him. Now it's Douglas, the first man in. Douglas fires it. Deflection, rebound, and covered by the Commodores.
Yeah, good attempt by Jack Douglas right there. Trying to start something gets a shot on goal and the rebound unable to get past them. I believe Kevin Michelanda just stepped onto the ice, Clifton, and look for him to make an immediate impact.
Definitely. And we do see the fourth line out here for the Fighting Knights. And Kevin Michelanda getting that one to the slot. No one there. Now it's Blake Berger. Now it's Panzo. Panzo finding Kurth. Kurth just sending this one in deep. It's skipping out to Michelanda. Now right back to Michelanda. Michelanda taking it up as he does. Michelanda trying to finish the attack. Ran into some defenders on the side of Vanderbilt. Now it's Panzo in on the forecheck. Now Danny Coffey on the back check. The shot blocked by Michelanda and an excellent glove save by Chris Graham.
Right there, Chris Graham keeping his composure, not being flustered by the uncharacteristic movement of that puck right there. Seemed like it was fluttering in the air for quite a while and able to trap that into his glove.
Now we see Mason Marie intercepting that pass. A 3-on-2 for the Fighting Knights. Drop pass to Vecino. Vecino soars that over the 6x4. Now it's Towns Haley on the far side. Haley getting it deep. Now it's Sheffield. Sheffield, a battle. Harvey trying to get it to Sheffield. And a big attempted hit by the big man, Towns Haley. Towns Haley loves that physical game. No penalty. And now Vanderbilt on the attack and chips that one over the net. Vanderbilt at the back end. A save by Graham. The Commodores have it up top. And a deflection, a long shot, and another save by Chris Graham.
Our goaltender right there for the Fighting Knights, Chris Graham, getting to work immediately. Just witnessed 3 shots right there, consecutive shots in the same possession by the Commodores. And once again, Clifton, as I mentioned, the Commodores are a very aggressive team. They love to shoot from the point, and this is very similar to last night's game. Their onslaught is going to continue for the rest of this first period.
Now we see Eddie Valencia taking the draw. This one sent to center ice. Michelbust on the attack. Now Doyle to Marie. Back to Valencia. Valencia taking it over the red line. Valencia chasing that puck down. 5 minutes gone by in this first period. Marie trying to stop his man. Now it's Doyle. Doyle. The Commodores to the front, and they put it home. The Commodores on the board early.
Well, the Commodores with a fortunate rebound right back to the forward right there. Nothing much Chris Grant can do right there. Try to get his shoulder up above and cover up that right corner of the net, but unable to get it there in time, and the Commodores are up early once again, Clifton.
And it didn't look like there was anything Chris Graham could have done right there. Now we see Jack Douglas, the third line out here for the Fighting Knights, as this one is pulled back to Kurth. Steffens battling along that far side. As a delayed offsides will come here on the Commodores. It's Doyle. Doyle whiffs on the move. A shot, and they score. Doyle tried to pull a move, and that was quite unfortunate as that turned into a goal. Another quick one for the Commodores.
Yeah, Clifton, just poor awareness right there. Doyle, as you mentioned, tried to make a move, but not realizing that he had 2 oncoming forwards. And unfortunately, just another goal for the Commodores.
And now the lead is stretched to 2 for the Commodores. As this bouncing puck makes its way all the way down to the defensive end for the Fighting Knights. The Knights have had very few shots in this first period, as the Commodores will maintain their offensive possession. Esposito being handed a stick and getting back into the play. And now it's Steffens. This one handed right back to the Commodores. The Commodores getting this one in deep, preventing the Fighting Knights from changing. Now it's Mikolanda. Mikolanda sauces this one, trying to find Esposito. Couldn't locate him. Now Jose Arroyo stepping onto the ice. The Commodores coming right back with it. Trying to find a stretch pass. Now this one taken by Berger. Berger to Arroyo. Arroyo getting this one in deep. Danny Coffey on the forecheck. Now Mason Marie gets that one on net. At least it's a shot for the Fighting Knights. Coffey trying to center that one. Now it's Marie. Marie sending this one to Coffey. Gets it to the front. Arroyo couldn't put it home. The Commodores sling this one all the way down the ice. And that one skipping out of play. 12:45 showing on the clock in this first period. Luis, what are your thoughts on the start for the Fighting Knights?
I think the Fighting Knights start has been very impressive for the first 5 minutes of it. Latter part of the 5 minutes, it seems like they have been unaware once again of their defense, and especially that second goal, which should have been a rather simple and unavoidable scoring for the Commodores right there.
Now we see Luca Vicino can't pull the trigger. Harvey trying to hit his man. Now it's Sheffield. Marie gets it to Harvey. Harvey, now Sheffield. Sam Sheffield fires into the glove. Wraparound attempt from Vicino. Centers it. Save.
As I was saying earlier, Clifton, it has been rather impressive. As you can see right there, you have contributors like Safante and, trying to get something started. And, it's just rather unfortunate that just a defensive miscue by Willie Doyle right there just really, led to another advantage for the Commodores. And now they're down 2-0, but nothing doesn't seem so bleak right now. So I believe the Fighting Knights should make the adjustments. They have been playing pretty consistent, so let's see and hope that we can maybe see some scoring from them.
And the Fighting Knights, they do create opportunities, and now we see another goal for the Commodores, stretching their lead to 3. The Commodores just walking right in and firing it from the slot.
Seems like the Fighting Knights haven't been able to make the adjustment I mentioned at the preview, Clifton. Unable to clean up on their defense right there and allowing these long shots from the Commodores to just sneak right past them.
Now Safante on top of his man, and Mickelbust as well. Safante shoved down to the ice, no call, and the Commodores come back the other way. Towns Haley trying to use that big stick, and another shot skips out to the slot, bounces around, and now it's Dean Mickelbust. 2-on-1 opportunity for Mickelbust. Mickelbust can't get it to Safante, and it comes back the other way. The Commodores. A 2-on-3, a long slap shot. That one's soaring over the net. Another slap shot, and Haley clearing this one away from danger. Mickelbust hounding his man. The Commodores blazing through neutral territory. Another long shot into the logo, and a save for Chris Graham. Just 47 seconds over the halfway mark of this first period. The Fighting Knights down 3-0 due to even more defensive miscues. They'll try to look to come back from that. The Commodores with another opportunity, trying to wrap it around. didn't see the opportunity. And another long point shot right into the corner. Mason Marie. And now it's Sal Esposito. Esposito on the forecheck and recollects it. Esposito taken down to the ice. Once again, no call. Marie defending his man, shoving him into the boards. Douglas in the corner. The Commodores breaking to the point, looking for options. Another point shot deflection, and a save by Graham.
Good job by the Fighting Knights right there, and the good defensive play right there. They closed in on the space that was left in right there in the slot, forcing the Commodores to retreat back and only get one shot on goal right there, and another save by Chris Graham.
And now Panzo sends this one ringside for Marie to pick it up. Mason Marie getting in and put down to the ice. And it comes back the other way. Willem Kurth there defending. 3-on-2 opportunity. Danny Coffey, excellent defensive play. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Fighting Knights. Panzo fires, scores! Luke Panzo to the top corner, and we have a hockey game.
Certainly, Clifton. Beautiful goal right there. Top bins only, Clifton. And Fighting Knights are on the board. Love to see the Fighting Knights bench going crazy over that beautiful goal right there. And we are right back in this, Clifton.
The Fighting Knights showing some life here, just crossing the halfway mark into the first period. As a recent goal from Luke Panzo on a 2-on-1 opportunity. And now it's Berger trying to put this one to the front. Coffey centers, it skips around, and Panzo couldn't put it home. And Commodore send this one in on Chris Graham, bringing us a stoppage. Some great contribution from the fourth line. A recent goal from Panzo. The puck goes around in the far side corner. A centering attempt. And Towns Haley there to shut that attempt down. Now it's Sheffield. Sheffield going down to the ice. And we have a penalty on the play. Our first one of today's game. A very easy call for the referees here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. A tripping is the official call, Luis, and we will see the power play unit rolling out here for the Fighting Knights.
Currently, the Fighting Knights have been 0 for 3 in last night's competition. Look for them to maybe cash in and ride the momentum off of that great goal by Luke Panzo earlier in the period.
Now we see Mason Marie. Marie, Sheffield, that shot blocked. They try to get this one out, and they do. Mikko Londa beating his man. Mikko Londa waiting behind his own net. Mikko Londa finds Harvey. Harvey, the newest addition to this power play unit. And Mason Marie gets beat by his man. Marie, excellent defensive play by Marie. And now Marie off to the races. Mason Marie dipping and diving to the outside. Trying to center that. And now it's in the hands of Vicino. Vicino, Mikko Londa, Sheffield. Sheffield couldn't pull the trigger. Offense still continues. And now Vanderbilt coming back the other way. A shot that's blocked off the pad of Mikolanda. 45 seconds left in this man advantage. Mikolanda dropping this one off to Towns. Haley can't get it to Harvey. And an icing on the power play for the Fighting Knights, preventing them from changing. This is not a great situation here, Louise. They didn't get too many pucks there to the net on the man advantage. Now they're just left with 36 seconds left. And now it's Luca Vicino. Vicino. Sworn by 3 gold sweaters. Graham behind the net. Now it's Mickelbust. Mickelbust lost it. Harvey recovers. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Fighting Knights, and this one's sent all the way back down the ice. Now it's Valencia. Eddie Valencia taking his time, and power play time will expire for the Fighting Knights. Now it's Haley. Haley chips this one in deep. Now it's the Commodores back the other way. Douglas. Backhand this one to Haley. Haley has time and space. Now it's Steffens. Now Berger. Berger couldn't find the lane, and a stoppage.
Yeah, it seems like Berger just Berger had lost puck possession right there, out of reach a little bit.
And we do see a penalty on the side of the Fighting Knights. I think it was too many men. Yes, too many men. A mistake for the Fighting Knights, giving Vanderbilt their first power play of the game.
I'd like to remind everyone that Fighting Knights have been excellent at the penalty kill. So look for them to continue that streak right now.
The Fighting Knights have been 7-0 on the penalty kill in the last 2 games. Another save there by Graham, as Kurt's trying to clear that one, fighting and hounding his man over in the corner. Kurt staples him. And now it's back to the point, right where Vanderbilt wants it. Slap shot, deflection. And now Douglas can't backhand this one out. Puck barely crossing the line. Vanderbilt trying to stuff it in on that short side. The Commodores up top. Mikolanda, poke checking play, and this one is all the way down the length of the ice. Just over 5 minutes left here in this first period. The Fighting Knights on the penalty kill. 1 minute left on the man advantage for the Commodores as they take this one in. Mickelbust and Safante, the forward group for the penalty kill. Mickelbust trying to stretch there. And now we see Mikolanda stepping up into the charge. Mikolanda, long shot into the glove for a whistle. A good move there by Mikolanda to take it the length of the ice and get a stoppage. And a good choice now, because the offensive zone face-off is going to be all the way down in Vanderbilt's zone. 30 seconds left on the power play for the Commodores. Mickelbust tried stopping that rush, and the Commodores will set up. The Commodores up top as they go down low to the corner now. They go rinkside, long shot, that one behind the net. And now it's out of the zone. And time will expire for the man advantage, even Shot blocked by Mikolanda. The attack continues for Vanderbilt. This one backhanded out of the zone. The Fighting Knights will go for a change. Now it's Sheffield. Sheffield has space, fires this over the net, and 6 behind the 6x4. Sheffield has Towns Haley up top and sends this one down low and around for Luke Bender to pick it up. And now it's Sheffield again. Sheffield fires, that one blocked. They fish for it, and now it's in the corner. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left, and a reverse hit from the Commodores. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity. The Commodores, a blocked shot by Bender. Excellent back-checking play. The Commodores maintain possession. Up top and out of the zone. As the Fighting Knights are in the midst of a change. Luke Bender. Bender, that pass intercepted. Recovered by Kurth. Kurth sends this one down the ice. Icing waved off. Luca Vecino on that far side. Esposito tries to pull it out. Now it's Douglas. Douglas sent down to the ice. He pops right back up. Bender looking for a huge hit there. And now it's Kurth. Kurth sent into the boards. And a huge hit there from Douglas. Douglas hitting that man in response, but now the Commodores will send this one right into the logo, and we get a stoppage. 2 minutes left here in the first period of play. The score 3-1 here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. Fighting Knights down by 2. Luis, what can the Fighting Knights do with this 120 seconds left here in the first period?
I believe that they have to respond just like they did, right back with the physicality. You know, don't let the Commodores intimidate you. You have the big man, Towns Haley, and Willem Kurth in the back end to help you out. Don't be intimidated by the Commodores. Show them that you can also fight back and drive the puck down deep.
Now the Commodore, and we do see a penalty on the play. Believe this one will come to the Commodores, and we will see the second power play of the game for the Fighting Knights.
Looks like it might have been a hit from behind, perhaps, Clifton?
They call a hook on the ice, Luis.
Okay.
1:45 left in this first period, meaning the Fighting Knights could start the second with a power play. At least 15 seconds of it. Hopefully, we won't need to do that.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
This one back to Mikolanda. Mikolanda at the point. Long shot. Deflection. Scores! Sam Sheffield cutting the deficit in half just seconds into the power play. An excellent deflection from Sheffield. And now the score 3-2, Luis.
The Fighting Knights fans are loving it. Fighting Knights finally cashed in on the power play, Clifton. And the Fighting Knights taking a piece out of the Commodores playbook. A long shot from the point, in. And we have a 3-2 hockey game, Clifton.
Now the Commodores get it in the slot. Rebound! And that one put to the corner. Now this one coming up the ice. Luca Vecino, he has a man. Couldn't get it across. Now 1:12 left in this first period. Mikolanda with it now. Mikolanda throws it to no one, a turnover, and he recovers. Mikolanda has Dean Mickelbus. Dean Mickelbus looking for the pass, gets it through, trying to get it to Vecino, and we get a stoppage. The Fighting Knights really looking to tie it here, Luis.
Yeah, certainly, Clifton. There, you can feel the momentum swinging towards their way. Once again, going back to that goal, you know, taking a piece out of their playbook, long shots. You know, it seems like the Commodores weren't expecting that, and If I were the Fighting Knights, I'd stayed with it. Surprise the Commodores and switch things up.
Now a long stretch play. Mason Marie trying to shut that down. The Commodores get loose. A blocked shot. And now it's Safante. Safante surrounded by gold sweaters. Chooses to dump it in. And gets stapled into the boards. No call. Play continues. And now it's Eddie Valencia. 30 seconds left. Safante tries to center it. Marie, slap shot. Rebound. No one to put it there. Valencia was tied up. 15 seconds left. Haley looking for the hit. And now a 3-on-2 opportunity. Tries to get to Mickelbust. The Fighting Knights have momentum. Mason Marie shutting that chance down. Trying to not go onside. And time expires.
And at the end of the first period, your score here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. Vanderbilt University Commodores 3, Lynn Fighting Knights 2. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's game, which features Lynn University's Fighting Knights and Vanderbilt University Commodores. So, Clifton, very interesting first period of play. Fighting Knights coming out here, showing that they're not out of it, as after being down 3-0, come back with 2 goals, including 1 during the power play.
And yes, Luis, the Fighting Knights are down, but certainly not out. They had a power play goal and a goal from Luke Panzo to bring just the deficit to 1. And that late power play goal coming from Sheffield off of a deflection in front and a long shot from Kevin Michelanda. And we do see the Fighting Knights starting their top line out here. The biggest key for the Fighting Knights is going to really stop the Commodores from getting an early goal, as we've seen they like to do in the second period. And we are underway for the second 20 minutes of play. Kurth battling along the near side corner. Commodores try to center this one. And now it's Luca Vicino. This one's sent in. And now in the hands of Michelanda. Long stretch pass to Vicino. Vicino has time. Vicino tries to get it and wraps around. Whiffs on the chance. And now it's to Kurth. Kurth. The Commodores regain control. Now it's Michelanda. Now Sheffield. Sheffield finds Harvey. Harvey can't get the shot off. And now it's back the other way. Vanderbilt. Now it's Michelanda. Now Dean Michelbus. Michelbus regains control. Michelbus diving through neutral territory. A shot! That one's soaring over the net. Now back door. No one to put it home. Valencia was there. And a huge hit there by Luca Vicino. Now it's Towns Haley off the boards. So swing of momentum for the Fighting Knights here. Eddie Valencia. Valencia trying to get the pass off. He was shoved into the boards, and now it's a 3-on-2 for Vanderbilt. Michelanda and a save from Graham. This one recovered by the Fighting Knights. Now it's Michelbust. Michelbust couldn't get the toe drag off. Michelbust still fighting there. His man brought down, and now it's Haley trying to go for the hit there. Now it's Luke Bender. Bender finds Safante. Safante tries to get this one in, and now it hands this one off to the Commodores. And now it's launched all the way down the ice. Bender in around. Bender peels back. Feeling the pressure from the Commodores. Sends this to Michelbust. Michelbust runs into a Commodore. And now this one. The Commodores, a shot. Saved by Graham, another centering attempt. Now the shot blocked. Makes its way to Graham. Play continues. This one going the length of the ice. Just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds gone by in this second period. Plenty of action here. And now this one, a long stretch pass. Towns Haley defending. A deflection, a toe save there by Graham. Now it's Douglas. Now Esposito. Esposito, a turnover. Esposito still on the back check. The Fighting Knights feeling the pressure, and this one exit the zone. Esposito on the hard forecheck. The Fighting Knights trying to stay onside. The Commodore is going for a change. Now it's Michelanda to Douglas, and this one will be an icing.
Well, Clifton, this start of the second period has been a dogfight. It's been back and forth, and Commodores really feeling the pressure of the Fighting Knights defensively. Commodores have been unable to really truly get any shots on goal to start off the second period, which is great news for the Fighting Knights.
And now we see Douglas. Douglas feeling the pressure. Now it's Esposito. Now Michelanda. Michelanda joining the attack for the Fighting Knights and shoving his man into the glass. Douglas. On to Arroyo. Arroyo can't control it. Now Sal Esposito in the hunt for it. Kurth sends this one along the boards, and Arroyo sending his man to the ice with authority. Now Douglas trying to control the bouncing puck. Michelanda shoving his man to the ice, and we do have a penalty on the side of the Fighting Knights. Michelanda stapling his man once again. Goaltender out for the Commodores. Commodores have it at the point. Point shot saved by Graham, and a whistle.
Yeah, very aggressive play by the Fighting Knights right there. Waiting on the official call from the referees here.
And Kevin Michelanda will make his way to the box, number 27. The play contact to the head, or head contact, the official name in the rule book. And sending the Fighting Knights back to a penalty kill, but they have been excellent on it. As this one is whistled all the way down the ice by Towns Haley. The music still continues, and now it does stop. And the Commodores on the offense. Dominic Safante and Dean Michelbust, the forward group. Safante tried to get it out. He does. And now a 2-on-1 opportunity. Gets it to Michelbust. Michelbust, a shot. And a save from the Commodores. Sal Esposito stepping onto the ice. Esposito pressuring his man. Now it's Michelbust. Michelbust defending. Now Kurth. Commodores working their way. And a save and a score! The Commodores convert on the power play. Looks like Chris Graham just let that one squeak by.
Yeah, it seems like his blocker received most of the impact there and seemed like it had stopped before the goal line, but puck still had a little bit of momentum and squeaked just right past it. The Commodores are up by 2 once again. And the Lynn Fighting Knights penalty kill streak has come to a close, Clifton. They went 7 consecutive successful penalty kills before allowing this one right here to get through.
And now the Fighting Knights deficit is 2, or back to 2 now, as Luke Bender will give this one to Sheffield. And now Bender defending. The Commodores launch this one over Chris Graham's head. And now it's Harvey onto Vicino. Now Mason Marie. Mason Marie diving in, launches this one up into the netting. Luis Mason Marie is certainly a threat to this Commodores defense.
Certainly, and the Commodores are fully aware of that. Sending multiple defensemen to take care of him, as they know his lethal capabilities that he brings to this team.
And now we see Mason Marie with it again. Marie fires that one, then it deflected to the corner. The Commodores look to break this one out, and they do with ease. And a long shot, and another goal for the Commodores. That one right to the top corner.
What a great goal by the Commodores right there. It's the Commodores' bread and butter, as they like to say. Point shot. Long shot once again, top corner. Keeping Chris Graham immobilized right there and was unable to get any piece of his body or and equipment to block that. And Clifton, once again, the Fighting Knights are down by 3. Similar to the first period. Will they be able to claw the way right back?
And Towns Haley trying to hit his man, and the Commodores trying to stretch their lead. This one defended by Willem Kurth. Kurth tried to get to Mickelbust. The Fighting Knights, looks like the momentum has just been sucked right out of them as they look to find any sort of spark here. This one cleared all the way down the ice, most likely for another icing. Icing waved off, and now it's Kurth to Valencia. Commodores get loose in front. A long shot, deflection, and a save from Graham.
All right, there the defensive miscues are coming back in effect for the Fighting Knights. Unable to successfully clear the puck right there led to another potential goal-scoring opportunity for the Commodores. Fortunately enough, Chris Graham got his stick to the puck and stopped it in his tracks.
Now Towns Haley tries to get this one to Berger. And now looks like we do see a bit of a change in the lineup for the Fighting Knights. Douglas out there with Esposito and Blake Berger. A huge collision over there in the far side corner. And this one will go all the way to the point. Esposito backhands this one out to center ice. And a high stick, played by a high stick. Willem Kurth, not sure what to do with it. And will just take the whistle. 12:19 left here in the second period of play. The score 5-2 here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. Jack Douglas, Blake Berger, and Sal Esposito. It changed to that bottom 6 for the Fighting Knights, and another save for Chris Graham.
Fighting Knights looking for anything right now to spark their offense, gets things going. So far, they've been unsuccessful in their passing game as well, Clifton, and I think that's a key contributor to their success in that first period.
Now a long shot from Mika Londa, soaring behind the net. Now Danny Coffey with it. Coffey to Panzo. Panzo with the goal earlier in that first period. Now it's Marie. Marie. And the save from the Commodores goaltender.
Mason Marie out here, as he always does, trying to get something going. Last night he was able to score one, and the one and only goal for the Fighting Knights. And if I were Coach Peroni, I'd build a nice line and pair around him to see if maybe we can get some offense going right now.
And a huge hit there from Blake Berger. Bodies flying around out here on the ice. And another save by Graham. Things started to heat up here on the ice. Blake Berger throwing his hit.
Certainly.
And exchanging some words. Looks appears a Commodore skate blade came loose. I believe that is a skate blade.
Yep, seems like that's been taken care of. But once again, Clifton, Chris Graham doing an excellent job with shots up close near the crease, not letting the Commodores get personal with him, you know? And It's been a great sight to see. Just unfortunately, Fighting Knights' defensive miscues have allowed 5 goals to get past him.
Now, Coach Peroni sticking with this top unit and making no changes, as this one is sent ringside for the Commodores to control. Now it's Bender. Bender loses the battle. Another save there by Graham. Now Bender on the hunt for it. Bender misses the hit. Now it's Vecino. The Commodore is still controlling. This one's sent all the way down the ice for an icing. Bringing the play all the way back to the Fighting Knights zone.
Seems like the Fighting Knights have been stuck in their own zone for the majority of this second period of play, Clifton. Not a great sight, if you ask me.
And now Sheffield will take the draw on a long point shot. The Commodore is still controlling down low. Sheffield hammering his man into the boards. Now it's Bender getting physical. Just past the halfway mark in this second period. Fighting Knights down by 3. Now Bender stepping up into the fray. Bender fires this one wide. And now Vecino. Vecino, shot! Rebound. And now a 1-on-3 for the Commodores. They pass their way to the slot, getting through a centering play, and now taken away by Eddie Valencia. Valencia going down the side, couldn't get through his man. Now Valencia to the point. Doyle fires to the corner. Now skips around in front and a save. And now we see some tempers flaring. 9:07 left here in this second period. The score 5-2.
Yeah, going back to last night's game, Clifton, the last 8 seconds of the match right there, looking like things got very, very tense. So looking like those emotions are kind of boiling over into this match right now.
An icing waved off as the Commodores will go to work, continuing their offense as this puck skips through the blue paint. And now it's Safante, and now a 2-on-2 with Valencia and Mickelbust. Now Mickelbust fires that one over the net. This one shot all the way down the ice. Now it's Mickelbust. Mickelbust tried to play that one to Douglas. Mickelbust taking his man down to the ice. The Commodores will launch this one up into the netting for a stoppage.
Fans, we invite you to tune in to watch our next home game against Florida State live on YouTube Friday, February 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Or if you're in the South Florida area, come cheer Lynn Ice Hockey on at Palm Beach Skate Zone in Lake Worth, Florida, just 25 minutes north of Lynn University's Boca Raton campus.
And now Glenn Brand will rim this one around the ice. Douglas in on the forecheck. And Mikolanda getting physical. Mikolanda joining the forecheck for the Fighting Knights, as this one ends up in the hand of Brand. Douglas was looking for it. Now back to Brand. Now the Commodores, another shot into the netting for another whistle.
Lynn Ice Hockey is sponsored by Adidas, Hustle Clean, Requipped, and BioSteel. Looks like Coach Peroni opting for a full line and pair change right here at Clifton.
Indeed, we do see the top unit rolling out here for the Fighting Knights. Sheffield taking the draw. 7:20 left here in the second period as the Commodores get a long point shot, just barely whizzing by Chris Graham's net. Now the Commodores a 3-on-2. That one stopped by Towns Haley. This one a deflection right into the logo of Graham for another whistle. This draw coming to the right of Graham. Now Luca Vicino, the face-off man. And now Marie coming out with it. Marie loses it to Sheffield. Sheffield on the forecheck. Almost intercepted. And now it's Sheffield onto Vicino. Vicino, Sheffield couldn't put it home. And now it's Carter Harvey. Harvey evades his man. Now it's Vicino on the hunt for it. Luca Vicino. Now Eddie Valencia. The Commodores back at the point. A shot from the circle, and they score. Making the score 6-2 now.
Well, the Fighting Knights conceding another goal with a play that started behind the net, wraparound pass up to the point, and a little fake clapper shot right there ends up the Commodores defenseman passing it on to the, I believe their centerman, and finish off the job right there with another long shot. This theme of the night, Clifton. And the Fighting Knights down by 4 now with 5:40 left in the second period.
A 4-goal deficit for the Fighting Knights as this icing is waved off. Luke Bender there to pick it up, played on to Kurth. The Commodores passing their way through the center ice. Now it's Mickelbus missing the pickup. Now the Commodores back the other way. This one cleared away from danger. Another long shot, and that one deflecting to the corner. Now it's Bender. On to Safante. This one dumped in. Valencia there, battling along the boards. Valencia peeling in. And a penalty on the side of Vanderbilt. Graham making his way to the bench. Mason Marie stepping on. And another shot, rebound, another shot. Puck ending up in the paint, play continues. And now it's all the way back down the ice, narrowly missing a gaping net. And Mason Marie waiting patiently behind the net. A long pass for Berger. Still no touch-up for Vanderbilt. A vacant pass for a whistle sending the Fighting Knights to the power play. Bias, the Fighting Knights were successful on the power play in the first period. Another power play goal here sure would be nice.
Yep, certainly would be, Clifton. They were efficient on that second power play of the game right there, cashing in, and I believe only needed 6 seconds in that power play conversion. It's nice to see the Fighting Knights, and you'd love for another quick and efficient power play goal to get them back into this match.
Now it's Vecino. Down low, Sheffield wired that one wide. And this one intercepted by Sheffield. Sheffield peeling away from his man. Sheffield with time and space. On to Harvey. And this one intercepted. Masonry there for insurance. 1:20 left in this power play. Harvey now to Sheffield. Sheffield. Ringside. Vecino tried to center that one. This one cleared away from danger for the Commodores. $1:05 left on the power play. Now it's Luca Vecino. Vecino cutting through the ice, and now it's Berger. Berger shielding away his man, try to stuff it in. And now it's Vecino back to Michelanda once again. Now Michelanda with space, slap shot. This one wired up into the net for a stoppage. 34 seconds left on this power play. The Fighting Knights finding the net, but not able to find the back of it.
Kevin Michelanda opting for another long shot, similar to that first goal of the night for the Fighting Knights, and just unable to get it past the goaltender, deflecting it off with his stick.
Now a turnover here, thankfully recovered by Towns Haley. Towns Haley gains the red and gets it deep. 12 seconds left on this power play for the Fighting Knights. And a turnover. The Commodores coming back the other way. Graham there to cover up. And the power play time will expire for the Fighting Knights with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left in this second period.
Well, the Fighting Knights go 1 for 3 on the power play so far. Unable to get one past the goaltender of the Commodores, I believe. In that power play, there were 5 shots, all on goal, and just unable to get it past him.
Now Kurtz sending this one up. And now it's Vecino. Luca Vecino. Tried to center it. Steffens couldn't put it home. Willem Kerf defending. Now taken away and back into the hands of Luca Vecino. Luca Vecino. Vecino gets through. Has the point to Kurth and can't deflect it. And now it's Willem Kurth. A 2-on-1 opportunity. Defensive play there by Willem Kurth. Another centering attempt, but a long shot soaring over the 6x4. Now 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Now the Commodores getting in, a shot, a rebound, another save there by Graham. Just 50 seconds left here. Another centering play and a huge hit there by Vecino, stopping the clock at 46 seconds.
Right there, Luca Vecino exchanging some words with the referee. Maybe the ref believed that it was a little bit of too hard of a hit, but luckily for the Fighting Knights, it's play continues.
And now Sheffield will win this draw back. Douglas controls it for the Fighting Knights. Now it's Douglas. Now played out to center ice. The Commodore is breaking in again. This one wired all the way behind the net. And Sheffield pressing to the glass. Marie shoving his man as well. Fighting Knights finally getting it out. Berger can't pull the trigger. And time expires.
At the end of the second period, the score here at Palm Beach Skate Zone is Vanderbilt University Commodore 6, Lynn University Fighting Knights 2. We are going to take a short break, but we'll be right back here at Palm Beach Skate Zone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to tonight's game, which features Lynn University Fighting Knights and the Vanderbilt University Commodores. So Clifton, that second period of play, and seemed to bite the Fighting Knights once again. Their deficit's now to 4, and they were unable to cash in on the power play after a very, very efficient power play in the first period.
And Luis, absolutely. The Fighting Knights not only weren't able to cash in on the power play, but they let up a power play goal. And the Fighting Knights seemed to be struggling to exit their own defensive zone. They were stuck in it for most of that period. And they've still yet to truly solve this Vanderbilt goaltender. And they'll look to try to at least show some form of life here in this third period. You have 20 minutes to do it.
20 minutes. 20 minutes to prove that they are the Fighting Knights to fight their way back in this. Should be interesting one, Clifton, and let's see how this one shakes up for the third and final period.
We are underway for the final 20 minutes of Vanderbilt and the Fighting Knights as Sheffield gets a shot. That one deflecting into the corner. Vecino trying to center it. Now Sheffield trying to find the point, chooses to go down low. Sheffield stuck between two gold sweaters, tries to break through, couldn't get it to the point. And now Kurth. Harvey on the pickup. Sheffield tried to get it to Vecino. The Fighting Knights go for a change. Now it's Mikolanda. Mikolanda on net. The first shot for the Fighting Knights for the third period. The score 6-2. Fighting Knights down by 4. As Mickelbus try to gain control. But now it's Afonte on the forecheck. Now a 2-on-1 chance for the Commodores. And a score. Stretching their lead by a score of 7-2.
Fighting Knights, once again, poor puck possession, and on transition, just unable to get back in time to support the goaltender right there, Chris Graham. It's been the tale of today's match, as the Commodores bench and fans are really making their presence known right now as they're up by 5, Clifton.
Now a centering play. That shot going off the side of the net for Safante. This one played across the ice for the Commodores. Towns Haley defending. A centering attempt, Haley stapling his man. The Commodores, they center this one. Now it's Safante. Safante dumps it in. The blue sweater's going for a change. Now Mason Marie. Mason Marie has had multiple chances throughout this game, looking for another one. Wrapping around the net. Marie still with control. A toe drag that fails, and now it's back the other way. Marie still defending. Willem Kurth backhanding this one along the boards to Blake Berger. Now played on to Douglas. Douglas a shot. That one wide into the corner. And Commodores a 2-on-2 back the other way. Now Berger. looking for Steffens. Berger on the pickup. That one stripped away. Douglas defending. Gets it back to Mikolanda. Now back to Berger. Berger couldn't find his man. Now Jose Arroyo battling. Jose Arroyo breaking free. And now it's Mikolanda. Danny Coffey. Now Kurth. Kurth, a spinorama move, a turnover. The Commodores in, trying to get it through, couldn't get it to Graham. And now it's Jose Arroyo. Arroyo dumping this one in deep. 16:05 left here in this third period. The score 7-2. Mikolanda hitting open ice. Arroyo there in the corner, getting sent into the glass. The Commodores, a shot saved by Graham. And now Mason Marie, a toe drag move. Mason Marie going to the outside and took down Danny Coffey. Marie still with the puck. Now the Commodores back the other way. Breakaway opportunity for the Commodores. A save by Graham. Graham chooses to play it. Now the Commodores still on the attack. Marie, some pushing and shoving, and we do have a penalty. Looks like Mason Marie will be heading to the box for a cross check. Looks like we have both players actually heading to the box. Never mind, looks like it will just be Mason Marie. Referees discussing, showing the potential for some 4-on-4.
Certainly be something interesting if it does end up becoming a 4-on-4, Clifton. Last night's match, when the Fighting Knights were on the 4-on-4, they were able to maneuver out of that situation fairly successful. But it seems like it's only going to be a 2-minute penalty on the Fighting Knights side on number 21, Mason Marie, unfortunately.
And having Mason Marie out on the penalty kill really hurts this special teams unit for the Fighting Knights. As the Commodores control up top, as they always do. The Commodores down low now. A wraparound attempt. A cover up by Graham and a stoppage. 14:36 on the clock in this third period. Fighting Knights down by a whopping total of 5 goals. Now with 1:34 left to go on this penalty kill. The Commodores up top. Go down to the circle. A fake shot, now wraparound attempt, trying to stuff it into the short side. Play continues. 1:15 left. A wide open far side, a deflection to the slot. Vecino trying to shovel this one out. The onslaught of offense continues for the Commodores. This one played around down low. Vanderbilt, a shot. That one patted away. Play continues. The Commodores in the slot. Deflection, rebound. Graham stretching out. Vanderbilt to the slot. Block shot by Mikolanda. Mikolanda down and ailing. The Commodores go ringside. 24 seconds left. Now Luca Vicino on a one-on-one. Luca Vicino, a toe drag, gets through, a rebound. Now 15 seconds left on this penalty kill. Eddie Valencia along with Luca Vicino. Now Vicino going off in exchange for Dean Mickelbust. Time expiring for the penalty kill for the Fighting Knights as we return to even strength. Another centering attempt there. .12:48 left in this third period. Valencia trying to break through. Now it's Mickelbust. Mickelbust with the move. A shot! Way over the net. Luke Bender. Another shot deflection. Now a centering attempt. Mickelbust couldn't put it home. Now it's Bender. Bender to the net. This one shoveled to the corner. Now Luke Bender again. Bender across to Kurth. Kurth down to Mickelbust. Mickelbust hounded by 3 golden sweaters, and now it's back the other way. 3-on-2 opportunity. Deflection sitting in the blue paint. It's cleared away from danger. The Commodores don't go away, though, and we have a stoppage. 11:58 showing on the clock here in this third and final period of play. Luis, you think any signs of a comeback so far?
Unfortunately, Clifton, I believe it's getting a little late early, if you will. With 11:58 on the clock, still down by 5. And the Fighting Knights just coming off of a penalty kill as that one goes up into the net for another stoppage. I believe after following that penalty kill, the Fighting Knights are just simply running out of time to surmount any sort of comeback right now.
Now we see Douglas on the face-off. A bouncing puck through the slot. Now this one's stripped away by Berger and played right into the hands of Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt through central ice. A defensive play there by Doyle and a shot and a save by Graham.
Lynn Ice Hockey is sponsored by Publix, Bauer Hockey, Pizza Rica, Goldie's Gang, and Howie's Hockey Tape.
Now it's Steffens and Graham. Towns Haley for the pickup. Vanderbilt breaking in, a delayed offsides. Now Haley with time and space. Played along to Steffens. Steffens to Douglas, a missed pass, and it's back the other way. An opportunity for the Commodores. Another shot, Doyle blocking that one. And Douglas with the hip check there. Now it's Berger, another missed pass. The Commodores in the slot, and that one almost saucered into the net. They were looking for a deflection. As this one barely exits the zone for the Fighting Knights. The Commodores right back in. Another long shot. Yes, and that one swallowed up by Graham.
Lynn Ice Hockey. Tell the world you're watching, fans. Share your experiences. Connect with other fans and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite team. For more information, visit Lynn Ice Hockey on Instagram and Twitter at Lynn Ice Hockey and tweet us using the hashtag LynnKicksIce.
Now Jose Arroyo battling along in the corner with Mason Marie. Mason Marie just recently took a penalty. Luckily, the Fighting Knights were able to kill that off. Now an activation from the defense and the shot off the post.
No, Clifton with 10:05. Fighting Knights are still looking at that gaping 5-goal deficit.
A very tall order, especially this late here in the third period. A long slap shot and a goal from the Commodores, stretching their lead to 6 goals.
Commodores centerman right there with a clapper straight to the back of the net right there. Handle that one with authority, Clifton. That one sends a message to the Fighting Knights that this one is getting put to bed quickly.
Still with 10 minutes to go in this third period. The score now 8-2 in favor of the Vanderbilt Commodores as Luke Bender stretches this one. Now played on by Carter Harvey. Harvey. Now Sheffield right into the glove of the goaltender for the Commodores.
Commodores goaltender with a sure-handed glove save right there. Fighting Knights looking helpless out there on the ice, Clifton, as time ticks away. You'd like to see them fight a little bit and maybe sneak in another goal late into this third and final period.
Sheffield coming out with this around the net. Sheffield played along for Luca Vicino. Vicino, a long shot, that one into the pads of the Commodores defenseman. A stalemate along the boards. Vicino battling with Harvey. Harvey trying to get it to Bender. Gets it to Bender. This one just barely exits the zone. Now to Sheffield. Sheffield to Harvey. Harvey couldn't control it. Now a long shot. That one easily patted away. It pops up into the air. This one taken away from danger by Mikko Landa. Now Mickelbust. Played out for Towns Haley. Haley rifles this one into the zone. Delayed offsides for the Fighting Knights. Mickelbust on the pickup. Mickelbust tried to center it. Now it's back the other way. Eddie Valencia with it now. Valencia on to Safante. Now back to Valencia, now in the hands of Towns Haley. 7:43 showing on the clock. Now Haley gets free, a wrister. Now Safante played across the blue. Towns Haley calling for it. Mickelbust couldn't control it. Now Willem Kurth defending. And Towns Haley shoving his man to the ice. And now we see an entanglement behind the net. Chris Graham's mask popping off.
Yeah, Chris Graham taking most of that force off of that big collision with Towns Haley. Popping off his mask right there, and you can only feel for Chris Graham. He's been at work all day today, and certainly, as it's been for the last 3 games for the Fighting Knights, great showing by the goaltending, just unfortunate defensive miscues that have led to these gaping huge deficits in all of the scores.
Now Mason Marie trying to defend, hammering his man into the ice. Things getting feisty. Now Mason Marie dumps it deep for Blake Berger. It's centered. No one in the slot to put it home. And now with 2-on-0. 2-on-0 for the Commodores. And that one fired wide. And a penalty coming on the side of the Fighting Knights. And Luis, we will see a penalty shot here. I believe it was for the interference.
Yep. Referees signaled an X, so it could have been, I guess, interference. Not sure what the official call is.
All we know, Luis, that it was at least an interference on that recent 2-on-0. Now we will see a penalty shot for the Commodores. Skating slow. Fires, saved by Graham. Chris Graham staying strong as always. And calm, cool, and collected.
Fighting Knights bench loving that save right there, penalty shot. Credit to Chris Graham. He's been excellent.
Now we see this one launched up the ice by Mikko Londa. Puck can't get out of the zone. The Commodores trying to go back door. Now it's Berger. Berger through center ice. Long shot right into the glove. And a whistle.
Vanderbilt goaltender gloving that puck right there. And perhaps gloving the hopes of the Fighting Knights right there. 6:27 left. 6-goal deficit, 8-2 score. You would think this would be it for the Fighting Knights.
Now we see Mason Marie trying to play it to Danny Coffey. Coffey giving it back to Marie. Marie trying to back check, bringing that stick down. Now it's Danny Coffey trying to defend a diving play. And now Mikko Londa on the pickup. Mikko Londa rushing in with speed. A shot right into the net for a stoppage. 5:55 left here in this final period of play. The Fighting Knights with Luke Panzo, Jose Arroyo, and along with Danny Coffey. Arroyo hammering this one behind the net. Panzo shoving his man into the boards. Now it's Towns Haley. Haley rimming this one around the boards. Now Panzo. The pickup of Towns Haley. Puts this one down low. No one there. Now it's the Commodores back the other way. Willem Kurth defending by himself. A save there by Graham. Another rebound opportunity and a gaping net. And we get a whistle.
Yeah, the net seemed like to be moved right there. That last play.
And Luis, does look like we will get a penalty here. A charge for goaltender interference. Gifting the Fighting Knights with a late power play.
Certainly, Clifton. Yeah, I believe that rushing, number 8 on the Commodores, rushing forward right there. Had too much momentum and got stuck up with Chris Graham's stick, followed by his skates touching and ultimately moving the net. And granting us with another power play, the 4th one of the game for the Fighting Knights.
Now we see Mikko Londa in with speed. Centering this one once again into the netting for another whistle. A $1.43 for the Fighting Knights to convert. Coach Peroni sticking with the typical power play unit of Luca Vicino, Sam Sheffield, Carter Harvey, and the two most aggressive defensemen for the Fighting Knights roster, Mason Marie and Kevin Mikolanda. This one played down low for Sheffield. Now Mason Marie. Mason Marie gets it to Sheffield. Fires off the post. This one played out. Marie finds Mikolanda, can't hit him. Vanderbilt, another shot, that one blocked. And another long shot from the Commodores. This one played all the way down to Luca Vicino. Luca Vicino tried to do a toe drag, couldn't pull the move off. Now just 60 seconds left on the power play. Mikolanda. Mikolanda down low. Played down low for Vicino. Marie into the netting again. That's the third time in a row the Fighting Knights just launched an opportunity and just changed it into a whistle.
Yeah, certainly, Clifton. I think the Fighting Knights are not taking advantage of the one-man advantage right here. You have a little bit more room on the ice. Take a little bit of time to look up and assess and, you know, survey the landscape, if you will. You know, they're not taking enough advantage of that, and these shots are just going up wide.
We do see a turnover here for the Fighting Knights. Eddie Valencia there to pick it up. Waiting behind his own cage. Now it's one played on to Mickelbus. Mickelbus blazing down the side with speed. Now it's Haley. Haley keeping the offense going. 10 seconds left on the power play. And we do get a whistle. The defensive pair changing for this Fighting Knights power play unit. Just 8 seconds left on the man advantage. 3:16 left in this game. Blake Berger, the face-off man. This one launched all the way down the ice, run to the stick of Graham. Graham rims this one around the boards. Power play expiring for the Fighting Knights, not able to convert yet again. Now it's Mickelbus, yet another shot off the pads of a defenseman. And now Glenn Brand will pick this one up. A backhand off the boards. Time winding down here in this third period. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. The Commodores wheeling in with speed. Luke Bender defending. Now cleared away by Berger. The Commodores control up top, going down low, a shot, and a save by Graham.
The Commodores right there forced to regroup and draw up another attack right there, opting with the far side shot right there. But Chris Graham's there to swallow it up, Clifton, and it's been the theme of the whole night. Anything up close and personal with Chris Graham is not getting past him.
And we do see the fourth line out here for the Fighting Knights. A long shot, that one shouldered away by Graham. Puck still persists in the defensive zone for the Fighting Knights. As Doyle plays this along for Kurth. Kurth, a turnover in the slot and a shot and a save by Graham. And another one there to bring us another whistle. A minute and 33 left in this game, Luis. I'm sure the Fighting Knights just want to end this one as quickly as possible.
Certainly, this a minute 30 left on the game can feel a little bit longer if they don't clear this puck out of their own zone.
Fighting Knights exit their zone now in a long slap shot into the glass. And now Panzo, a 2-on-1 opportunity with Danny Coffey. Tries to find Danny Coffey. Jose Arroyo had an open net and puts it into the corner. And now we're down to a minute left. Now it's Glenn Brand behind the nets of Graham. Glenn Brand, 37 seconds left. The Commodores, a saucer pass through neutral territory. Time winding down, just 20 seconds left. And a cover up from Graham, stopping the clock at 13 seconds now. Luis, the Fighting Knights are just looking forward to their next game, wanting to get off the ice as soon as possible. Now we do see some pushing and shoving. Towns Haley sending his man down, and now Carter Harvey exiting the zone, and time will end. Luca Vicino exchanging some words. Referees breaking them up.
Yep, Luca Vicino trying to instigate something right there for the Fighting Knights, but the game is officially over. Final score here at Palm Beach Skate Zone is Vanderbilt University Commodores 8 and Lynn University Fighting Knights 2.
Thank you for joining us for today's game. Lynn Ice Hockey program director is Ted Curtis. Head coach is Michael Peroni. Head manager for Lynn Ice Hockey is Kristen Alusi. Still photography is provided by Zev Pilshaw. The broadcast director is John Waller. Our producer is Campbell Robinson. Our camera operator is also Campbell Robinson. My name is Clifton Haskin. On behalf of myself, Luis Bias, and the entire team,